wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you're trying to go.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Good set. 19.
Check. 42's the mark. Second.
31.
Defense, let's go.
24. 9 to go.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We take a win. 26.
Mike 42, check. Check. Mike 42.
Now it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 72 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Regular. Hurry.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll get it in the hands of their receiver, Landry. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Brings up 3rd down.
180. Up, left.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Hey, orbit.
To throw, Mayfield. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Mayfield Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Hey, Delta.
Mayfield with it once more. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw off these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Hurry!
Down 6 at the 19-yard line.
41's the mic. 41's the tackles.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
3 down, 3 down. Kill.
Hey, alert!
Kill.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kareem Hunt stopped short of the sticks. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 62 yards.
And the Texans first down.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Check 26. 26. 124.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
At the Browns' 26-yard line.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Alert three, alert three, alert three.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Texans.
We're set. 19. Number 53. Line 53. You must be.
A first down carry now for Miller. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 12-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
125. Safety's creeping.
Back to throw, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On third down, Miller. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth. On fourth down, Watson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Second and 5 now. Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Houston.
Set. 19. 53. Mike. You're not ready. You're not ready. Begin. He's crashing. He's checking credit.
On first down, it's Miller. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
Watson now to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Pick your game up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. Trying to get it to Landry there. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of his first half of action. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Alert, 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 alert. Watch, watch.
Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Up to the court. Down and look.
Here's Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Defense all day, all day. Mike's 42, Mike's 42. Watch the cover. Mike's 4-2, Mike's 4-2.
Come on. Look at this, man.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Beckham, the return. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They picked up another first down with that run.
Mayfield this time gets it off to Chubb. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They run again on first down, Chubb. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal.
Hurry!
They'll run with Chubb. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Brings up third and goal.
Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Mayfield to throw it. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
It'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He finds Hopkins complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Watson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13.
Switches. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Neutral focus.
Lamar Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Here's Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
This is it. To the team. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Get it going down. He's coming.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Motion, motion, motion.
42, check, check, Mike 42.
Alert!
To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Texans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. And they'll run for it with Miller. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Lamar Miller stops short of the sticks. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and inches, Mayfield flush to his right. He'll try and run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
$180. Keep it up, defense. Run.
Watch the air.
Watch out.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Mike 41.
A first down throw from Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A run for Nick Chubb. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
He wasn't ready.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Hurry.
First 21 yard line.
41 Mike, 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Let's go, D.
Now Chubb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Check 31, check 31.
They'll run again with Hunt. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Mayfield. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Mike, 53.
Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. One last throw here for Watson. Finding fouls complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.